Level presentation, as I said, the first one revolves around aliens, and the second one is related with population and a massive elimination. Well, according to the first one, which has my name, what if we discovered alien life? First of all, it is necessary to recognize that it is an excellent question in which we usually think because it opens new borders or that represents new chances to know more about the empty space and the different places and planets around it, but above all to understand how life works because this element or this aspect has been a great mystery for a long time, and humanity wants to know how it works, and also we have to discover if it is life around our universe, where it is, and that's it. Unfortunately, nowadays humanity doesn't have proofs which evidence the existence of alien life. But what we discovered that it exists or they exist, considering that around the universe there are almost 100 billions of galaxies, 500 billion of planets, and 10 billion Earth-like planets, which in a certain way increases the possibilities or the probabilities to discover and to find life. That is why many people think that it is necessary to try or establish a contact with an alien race. But as Stephen Hawking said when he was alive, that it could be so difficult for two reasons. There are two reasons why it is impossible to establish this contact. The first one, we don't know the reasons, or we don't know the purposes of that of those races. We don't know about anything about their technological advance. And the final one, we don't know if they want to establish a contact with us because maybe they realize how destructive we are. And the second one is actually related with the humanity, and we don't have, or our technology is relatively new, and we don't have the great chances to discover that life. But at the moment we discover human life, we are going to be died. Or why are we going to be died? Because of the Great Filter, a theory which explains or gives reasons about how and why life disappears around the universe. But I'm not going to talk about it. My friend, my colleague, Dajjal, your turn.
Well, I'm going to talk about the Great Filter. What I understood about the video, the Great Filter is like the steps or the stages that each or every civilization around the whole universe must follow. This is the case. Well, first one, we have the origin. This is the appearance of life. Well, this is the most important and most difficult aspect because scientists have found that water is necessary for the appearance of life, but it's not enough. There is something who is missing. And the other thing is the evolution. Is after the origin of life, we have the change of physics or the mind. And that's why that's the case of humanity and of or animals, because we have changed with the pass of the time. Then we have the civilization. That's where we are because we have the power of conquer our own world. And we have different kind of civilizations around the world, but we are not in the next step, that is colonization. Colonization is that a species has the power of conquer the whole galaxy. In this case, if we have the power of conquer of being in the colonization step, we have the power of conquer the whole Milky Way, and that's something impossible for us because we don't have the power of conquer the space traveling. And then we have the elimination. We don't know exactly we don't know exactly who is the guilty or who's the person or people or that is able to destroy all any species. Or in this case, we haven't found any alien life because we haven't seen anything. We have the power of see on the other planets in the Milky Way, but there is no structures, there is no evidences of other alien life. That's why elimination works, because they destroy everything of any culture of any species. And if we discover alien life, maybe they will be in the colonization and we will be destroyed, or maybe they're just in evolution and we will be the superior species around the Milky Way. talk about the next topic is why if half population were wiped out? In this case, this is related with the movie Avengers Infinity War. We saw in the movie how people disappeared thanks to Thanos, and we decided to choose this topic because it's very interesting, and there are different kind of advantages and disadvantages, and I'm going to talk about the disadvantages. Firstly, this is the moment of chaos. This is the moment when all people are disappearing, well, the half population are disappearing, and this is a critical moment because, for example, in the case of planes, we know, what I understood about the video it was that there are 1 million people in the sky in any moment. So it means that the half of this population is going to disappear. And the other thing is that the middle of the half population of pilots are going to disappear anyway. It means that the half of planes are going to crash. The other thing, it doesn't matter the way of transport you're going to crash. And the other thing is that there are different kind of jobs that are very important in our society. For example, people who work in nuclear plants. That's a very difficult job to have, and if they disappear, that would be really difficult to replace this kind of job because we don't know anything about nuclear plants. And the last one that would be that we would miss all our half of our family and half of our friends because they are going to disappear. It would be really strange and difficult to know that for example, your mother and your friend and your brother is going to disappear, but you are going to have your father and your sister. That's something really difficult. And Leonardo is going to talk about the advantages.
Well, despite because the detrimental and destructive consequences of the massive elimination of the middle of people on Earth, there are many good effects which can improve life not only for humanity, for nature and the environment too. But first of all, let me give you an example in which humanity already lived and in which the middle of Europe's population died as a consequence of a bacterial infection, and talk about the Black Death. And if we get forced to live a similar situation, we could live and explore great changes for the planet or around the planet. The first one is how people can solve their problems related with resources. Because everyone, but above all, that one revolves around food. Because everyone could have the possibility to stock up on the food, and this element wouldn't be a fight between people anymore. The second one is through an example. Imagine that all of you died in this event, and I'm the only one who survived. I could take advantage of this event in order to get richer or in order to earn money. Because I help people not only to get communicated, I help people to get communicated, but through this event or through this strategy, I earn money and I receive money for what I do for people. And the last one, which is the most important, is about how through this event, the planet and the environment in general could start to rebuild and could solve the problems related with overpopulation and pollution. Because during this period, around 100 years without pollution and without overpopulation, the planet could bloom and the life could bloom, and we could give the chances and the possibilities to animals to rebuild and to form its communities. And that could be a great change for the entire life around the world. But I would like to finish with this question. What do you think? Is it necessary to destroy or to eliminate the middle of people on Earth in order to preserve or in order to start to take care of our planet?
Yes.
No, why not? Why not? Why not? Anybody? Well, I think it is not because despite the overpopulation and despite the pollution and other problems, we are able to create and to build different plans to protect our planet. Despite the plastic consequences or despite the great problems, our planet also could look for different strategies for preserving animals and for preserving the nature. That is why it's not necessary to destroy the middle of people for taking care of our planet, because we are under the line to start to take care of our planet. That is why it's not necessary. That's it.